Today we are living in a digital era where every possible direction is filled with pull-up information and contacts. Basically, the whole world is connected through a condensed network the internet. This is such a thing without which the society cannot exist.
It's hard to really be that bored anymore because you can pull out your smartphone, you can go online, you can browse through social media. A sense of connectedness.
But nowadays it's also having its side effects on the society. It has been an integral part of our life from the morning till the bed at the night.
The first thing we do when we wake up is look at our phone. Phones and social media have evolved, and
everybody is gathering something from this big bucket. So here comes the question.
Are you lost in today's society of information crunch? You think you cannot distinguish between original and fake data? Then welcome to this video of media.
Picnic turned into a nightmare for four men who drove from Hyderabad to Bidar in Karnataka, 150 kilometers away, just because one of them, a foreign national, distributed chocolates to children. This started off a rumor that they were child lifters.
Attacked a car with four.
Karnataka mob went furious on some visitors due to some rumors spread over WhatsApp.
Come from Qatar. Salam had some chocolates with him and he had distributed it to the children there. That kind of seems to have provoked suspicion there. Some locals came in and started questioning them, suspecting that they are part of a child lifters.
Nowadays, the internet has become such a massive corpus of information. Here you will get a lot of judgments about various facts like climate change or COVID affections of your body and health.
Ever wondered what's more harmful, a cigarette or a chocolate bar? Surprisingly, diabetes claims more lives than lung cancer. And did you know, cancer can be genetic, making smoking just one risk factor? It's a reminder that not everything you hear is the whole truth. Media Literacy Lesson 1. Even convincing lies can masquerade as truth. Stay informed, stay critical.
So, let's dive into the wild world of facts, specifically the ones I just made up. You see, I've discovered that if you say something with enough confidence, people will believe you. For instance, did you know that octopuses have 3 hearts because they're just really bad at commitment? Or that honey never spoils because it's secretly a time traveler? Now, before you start fact-checking me on the internet, remember, critical thinkers, you've got to be careful.
I have studied and researched to full extent on the topic to present maximum point of views of the present context of media literacy, and this is all I found.
Media literacy educator was probably sealed by the time I turned 10. As
Linda LRB, media literacy is extremely important in today's context as it is going to be the determining factor whether our kids are going to be used by the modern society or they are going to use modern society as of their use.
If we wanted to write the entire Encyclopedia Britannica on the head of a pin.
As per Alvin Toffler, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. The media sometimes present the negative news in an exaggerated way and also sometimes cover the truth in an incomplete fashion, leading to the distortion of fact in the mind of the audience.
On landing on the dark side of the moon, I would also like to now invite India to return the £2.3 billion foreign aid money that we sent them between 2016 and 2021. We're also set to give them £57 million next year. But I think the British taxpayer should keep hold of that, don't you? We should not be giving money to countries with a space programme. As a rule, if you can afford to fire a rocket at the dark side of the moon, you shouldn't be coming to us with your hand out. India reportedly has 229 million people living in poverty. According to the UN, it's the highest number anywhere in the world. It's also the 5th largest.
Words. But is India going to the UK for foreign aid? Let's have the answer from their own Foreign Office. This is what they said, and I'm quoting. Since 2015, the UK has given no financial aid to the government of India. Most of our funding now is focused on business investments, which help create new markets and jobs for the UK as well as India. This is what their Foreign Office has said.
The important thing about media literacy is how media covers the truth I mean, in what fashion or what tone does they reveal the truth to their society or the audience? It leaves a long time impression within the society. Like Swami Vivekananda has a famous quote saying that playing football will get you closer to the heaven than reading the Gita. Now, this looks as a very controversial statement over a very sensitive matter like religion and a very special book called Gita. Now, if you judge Swami Vivekananda's mindset with only this one line and don't reading the actual text,
फुटबॉल खेलना भगवत गीता से ज्यादा श्रेष्ठ है, ठीक है ये?
just listening to the media, then you will end up getting some wrong information about that great man. If you read the whole text, you will suddenly find out that there is no controversy around it.
Through football than through the study of the Gita. These are bold words, but I have to say them, for I love you. I know where the shoe pinches. I have gained a little experience. You will understand the Gita better with your biceps, your muscles, a little stronger.
And here comes another point, that media actually loves controversy. Just imagine a world where there is no disorder, violent acts, and no such controversial topics. Then what will media cover actually? Now, after talking about all these facts and analysis, it is pretty important to discuss that why is actually so many of people not able to distinguish between original and a fake data. The reason is pretty clear. If we're trying to find it within our lives, our roots, our very childhood, especially in India, from our very childhood, we are not exposed to the common bulk level of asking questions. Asking questions, building an inquisitive mind is perfectly an art. Nobody can develop this art without practicing a lot. Now, in our schools, we are generally taught that whatever the teacher says is obviously correct. And even if you don't understand it, just mug it up and clear the exam. That's it. And this trend is unluckily followed to a much higher level like exams of JEE. Obviously, all the students don't follow this, but still the majority follows this trend. Now, if somebody has not developed an inquisitive mind from his very childhood, he has not been exposed to asking questions to their teachers frequently, reasoning, and all these things, how can they save themselves from the gust of fake news nowadays? That's the reason. Well, let me tell you a situation or a story of a decent high school in India. It was actually a biology class going on. Random student just came up to the teacher and asked him if vomit is a waste product or not. The teacher should have actually appreciated the question even if he didn't know the answer and just tell them to work on it together to find the answer. But the teacher actually didn't go this way. He actually went on straight saying there are three types of waste products in our body: feces, the urine, the sweat. Now, this actually indicates the nature of mindset that our schools are carrying forward. It was a clear message to the student: the school is not a place to think, at least. Also, this clearly indicates the role of our schools to make our students' future so-called bright. Beginning of all kind of science, reasoning, and every other stuff started with some simple keywords like why and how. As per the famous American author Neil Postman, whatever we have gained as a human civilization is the simple result of asking the question why. Asking the right question at right time can resolve any problem. In the present day context, one thing that has literally covered up every possible field is the AI. Now, the role of AI in the field of media literacy, learning, and all other stuff is very crucial at one side and can be fatal sometimes. It simply depends on how you use it. Like AI nowadays tracks our movement in any social media platform, any online platform. 97% of business leaders do believe that AI can turn very productive to handle business data and social media campaigns. Like what it has done in these years is basically it has reduced the gap between fiction and reality and also has become a medium between real and manipulated content. Also, voice of any people nowadays can be broken down easily and some new words can be put in his voice and it will exactly look like he is speaking something, which can hamper the activities of some investigation departments as well. So everywhere we have to be pretty aware of the fact that we do not get manipulated by the created content and get deviated from the truth. At the end of the day, everything that matters is, are you controlling AI in the media platforms for your use? Are you getting controlled by them? That's it. As per MIT Sloan University research, falsehoods are 70% more likely to be retweeted on Twitter and now on X than the truth. And also they reaches their 1.5 thousand people almost 6 times faster. Also, an average Indian spends around 2.4 hours a day on social media platforms. Researchers convey that almost 45% of students sleep fewer hours than the recommended sleep time due to the excessive use of social media at night.
The line between fact and fiction is as thin as my patience when someone asks if I believe in Bigfoot. Spoiler alert, I don't, but I do believe in the power of a good story. So, next time you hear a fact, ask yourself, could this be a cleverly disguised piece of fiction? Because in a world where I can make up anything, the only thing you can trust is your own skepticism. Keep questioning, keep laughing, and remember, the truth is out there, probably hiding under a pile of my creative nonsense.
In the insightful book Irresistible, The Art of the Rise of Addictive Technology and the Business of Keeping Us Hooked, Adam Walter delves into the captivating world of modern-day technology like social media and other platforms. He unveils how these technologies trigger our brain's pleasure center, leading to their excessive use and potential addiction. After going through these books, I can certainly say that this book needs your attention, and you also need this book's assistance. This is the end of today's video. Based on the response, I can make a second part of this video later. Till then, stay tuned.